Members, we now come to the clauses, and the question is that clauses 1 to 3 stand part. Call Jacinda Ardern.
All on the preliminary clauses, and really the only thing that I want to speak to at this point is the commencement date. These provisions will come in as early as the 1st of January. I understand that there's certain consultation that's currently going on around this bill, particularly around how the inspectors outside of territorial authorities might be appointed, the fact that stickers will need to be applied to the top of spa pools, things that ultimately feel to me like they might be really band-aids on what could become a much wider problem if this bill, as it's about to pass, comes into force. But nonetheless, a lot of these other provisions will come in without the scrutiny of the House, and I think really I just would say to members, I think it's incumbent on us for us to be aware of some of that consultation and some of those additional processes that will go on before this bill comes into force. But ultimately, commencement date being the 1st of January 2017, I would ask the Minister if it is possible for MB to commit to keeping oversight, quite rigorous oversight of this bill in its early implementation stages, that we're checking that councils and those tasked with inspection are equipped and ready to up their inspection regime, because for many councils it will be an increase in what they previously had, and can they demonstrate that they're doing that? That retailers who are going to carry obligations are ready to pass on to those who are purchasing pools or spa pools, that they understand their obligations, that MB is ready to be the overseer of the new rules around heated pools, and that we say in 12 months' time do a reassess as to how we're tracking with both the inspection regime but also with the substantial changes to this Act. We've expressed our concerns with the loosening of these provisions, and we want to make sure we keep a close eye that if they are not working, we know about it sooner rather than later. So even though the commencement date obviously is very, very soon, I would seek from MB and an assurance from the Minister that he will be keeping oversight from the day that it is implemented to ensure that ultimately we achieve the aims that I know this side of the House is focused on. And that is not about compliance cost. It is about clarity of rules. It is about people knowing their rights and their responsibilities. But ultimately for us, it has always been about reducing drownings. No one in this House wants to see that happen, surely. So it's incumbent on us that we keep very close oversight of a bill that ultimately this side of the House has not been able to support.
Members, the question is that clause 1 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye.
Aye.
To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question is that clause 2 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye.
Aye.
To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question is that clause 3 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye.
Aye.
To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
32 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
12 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Members, the ayes are 73, the noes are 48. Clause 3 will stand part. I will report this bill with amendment presently. Members, we now turn to the health